Welcome to this week's episode of Educational but Less Than Accurate History, where this week's hero, Rose, survives the sinking of the Titanic. On her journey, she will learn about the extreme environments which house certain bacteria and just how these bacteria survive. Rose's journey begins near Krakatoa, one of the most famous volcanoes in the whole world. In this volcano are extremophiles, known as thermophiles.
Though many microorganisms, such as mesophiles, prefer temperatures of roughly 30 to 40 degrees Celsius, thermophiles, including Bacillus staurothemophilus, can exist in environments between roughly 45 and 100 degrees Celsius. They can do this as they have adapted mechanisms to survive, such as heat shock proteins that respond to heat stress and protect the cell's integrity. Similar to thermophiles, hyperthermophiles generally live in temperatures of up to 80 degrees Celsius. These contain particular proteins that allow for hypothermostability, which is the ability to maintain structural stability at high temperatures.
But oh no, what's this? No one's watching the boat. The Titanic has shockingly hit an iceberg. These often come from the poles, either the Arctic or Antarctica, where psychrophiles live.
Psychrophiles live in temperatures generally between 0 and 15 degrees Celsius. They can do this through an evolved higher structural flexibility, increased thermostability, and reduction in enzyme activation energy.
Watch out, Rose, the Titanic is about to explode. Brace for impact. The explosion has taken Rose to the Dead Sea. Here, salt concentrations are extremely high, which allows life for organisms like halophiles.
Halophiles including Halopharax orkani and Halobacterium solidarum can be further classified by the degree of tolerance, ranging from slight, roughly 3%, moderate, roughly 5 to 20%, to extreme, 20 to 30%. The microorganisms survive these conditions that would kill other cells through particular amino acids attached to cell surfaces, allowing for the retention of water. This is furthered by increasing the internal osmolarity through the accumulation of osmoprotectants, or so-called compatible solutes. These are synthesized or gathered by the environment. Another strategy employed by fewer halophiles includes increasing osmolarity by increasing the influx of potassium ion.
Oh, I guess Rose is getting a little hungry. In Rose's stomach, we can see the existence of another extremophile, known as anaerobes.
These extremophiles are split into two main groups, facultative and obligate anaerobes. Facultative anaerobes have the ability to generate energy in environments with little to no oxygen, like the human stomach, as well as those with oxygen. These microorganisms, such as E. coli, are able to exist here by producing ATP through aerobic respiration when oxygen is present, and then switching to fermentation or anaerobic respiration in low oxygen levels. Obligate anaerobes exist in environments with little to no oxygen, like the human colon. These microorganisms include Clostridium and are able to generate energy via fermentation or anaerobic respiration with a terminal electron acceptor other than oxygen.
Also in Rose's stomach, we can see acidophiles.
Though bacteria usually prefer a pH range of 6.5 to 7.5, as this is where their cellular functions work optimally, acidophiles generally prefer pH levels of 2 or below, like the human stomach, which ranges from 1.5 to 3.5. These bacteria have low permeability of their membrane and a high level of regulated proton movement, which allows them to maintain a stable internal environment. This is achieved by proton motive force generated by the electron transport chain, which creates a proton pump. They also have proteins that have adapted to perform in changing pH environments, allowing the cell to function even without an optimal internal pH.
Oh, what luck! Looks like Rose has been saved. But how can the captain of that ship take Rose aboard smelling the way she does? He's just thrown her some soap, which is actually made in factories that contain alkalophiles, another extremophile.
Alkalophiles are an extremophile that thrive in environments with high pH. They use sodium and hydrogen ion antiporters to regulate pH and maintain homeostasis, including maintaining a more neutral internal pH.
Alkalophiles do this through sodium motive forces, which increases solute uptake, motility, and sodium accumulation. Some alkalophiles even contain an acidic polymer in their cell walls that acts as a barrier of external ions.
The captain has brought Rose aboard, and as you expect, the first thing Rose is offered is tea. Yay! But having a rather negative effect on her teeth, Rose prefers 10 sugars. This tea would be a perfect environment for osmophiles.
Osmophiles thrive in high sugar concentrated environments. To do this, they need to maintain a stable internal environment. Like halophiles in the Dead Sea, this is done by synthesizing osmoprotectants such as alcohols and amino acids, which increases osmolarity and therefore decreases water loss.
And so, Rose now knows all about extremophiles, the environments in which they live, and just how they survive in such conditions. Hooray! That's all we have for this week, kids. Tune in next week to learn all about microbial genetics. Bye!